evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Luke, aka Kaganis. Welcome to Contest of Speed EU1 Season 12, Round 12 here in Silverstone. One of probably most iconic Formula One tracks, I believe. Tonight with me is Luis, aka Racer 101. Good evening, Luis.
Good evening, Luke. Thank you, and good evening, everyone. Welcome once again. Thank you for listening or watching. Home race, Silverstone, always a good one to watch, and looking forward to it.
Let's quickly jump into driver standings. So Vaporizer is leading the pack with 150 points. Second place belongs to PW Jones with 89, Defoe with 81, completes the top three. Tom with 75, Hako with 70 on P5, Bryson P6 with 56 points, AJ with 49, Poagier with 48, Maxim Ajax with 41, Tensi Jax completes the top 10 with 39 points. Let's jump into team standings. And what do we have here? Alpine is leading the pack with 206, Williams second place with 176, Alpha Tauri on P3 164 points, McLaren 162, Haas on P5 with 95, Mercedes 85, Red Bull 83, Ferrari 71, and Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo completes the pack with 27 points both.
Nice. We're looking forward to seeing how we get the battle between Dave and Tom, because these guys have been. Tom's been getting the upper hand lately, so it'd be interesting to see if Vaporizer can get it back. And then elsewhere, battles really for P3. You got 1 and 2, and then you got the rest of the field battling for P3. So should be a good one. And I don't know about you, Luke. I did find the grip levels with these cars in around this track in the high speed sections is definitely grippier. You can definitely carry more speed, but it's those low speed areas like sector 1 and the last sector, particularly when the tyres wear, where it's quite tricky on this around this track in these cars.
Well, to be fair, at Monday, I believe, or it was no, sorry, it was Monday. It was on Tuesday on EU3. I boxed after the first stint on 80% tire wear with minor rain, and it was surprisingly stable.
Right. Oh,
so,
did you have rain in EU3? Because EU4 was dry.
Yes, EU3 was rainy, but truly inter conditions started like 3, maybe 4 laps to go. So it wasn't that bad. Apologies for one moment as we're watching Hako, but I need to set up the pause menu for a moment longer. The good news for the drivers, at least after what I see, is the session will be dry. Cloudy, but dry.
That's always the best thing. No rush in terms of getting your lap times done now.
To be fair, even watching temperatures, it might be even slightly better at the end because temp will falling down from 22 to 19 at the end of the session.
Right.
Meanwhile, Hako is in the final sector of that beauty iconic track, and he's going to set a benchmark for 2 nights quali session, and it's 125.5.
Yeah, that's it. Let's see if there's anyone. Vaporizer doing an early. This is unusual. This is Vaporizer doing an early quali run. He normally saves a set of softs.
Meanwhile, around here, Schumacher knocks out Hako from P1, beating him up by 3/10. Ricky, provisional P3, half a second loss to Ricky.
Yeah, and well, Vaporizer, this track, I guess, is you're less likely to use the soft. And Vaporizer in the race, and Vaporizer is coming across the last corner now, up corner to the finish line, and it's only P2. Schumacher still ahead, a few hundreds clear.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jimi Hendrix, who is new full-time driver for AlphaTauri, makes 125.8, what gives him for now P4 in front of PW
Yep.
Jones, Gokai, and Ricky. I see Haas, but Haas is going to be Hacko, but Shadow in McLaren. Looks like he is on the flyer. He
Yep.
showed really good craft yesterday on EU2 race. So wondering how he will be able to match his pace to EU1. A bit yellow flags in front of him, but Alpine is getting out of the way. Nice and smooth. Cars are look so beauty with these angles at the final section of the track. And Shadow 125.6, and for now it's P4.
Yeah. You've got people who are.
Fabu and AJ on the outlaps, and
Yeah.
AJ is the first one of this part to start the flyer. So let's
Yeah.
stick with Red Bull.
Yeah, AJ coming towards.
Mm, This week, I believe I heard that all the time you can gain is Sector 3 because Sector 2 is not that much losing, but I can't agree about this because if you lost your rhythm in Magazine Backend session, you're
Yeah,
losing a lot of time.
that's what I was about to say. Magazine Beckett's is absolutely a game changer, I feel. Like, again, it's not maybe an area that you can gain a lot of time, but you could definitely lose a lot of time from making a mistake. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'd say. But, Sector 3, I'd say, is arguably, but I'd even say, yeah, Sector 1, really is a small element. But look at this purple for AJ in Sector 1. Sector
But
3, I would.
we can't forget that it might be just a game bug that shows every first lap,
Yeah, yeah.
every purple sector. Not sure why.
Yeah. You know what? I would say Sector 1, you could argue you could lose a bit of time if you don't get. Because again, it's slow corners. And with these cars, I do agree, like, if you don't get the car handling right, and you make a mistake in the slow corners, you miss the apex, you do lose a lot of time because they aren't that grippy. Whilst in Sector 2 now, these cars are just absolute rockets. You just
Yeah,
carry so much
that's
speed.
and Maggots and Beckett's section.
Oh, it's easier
To
for
be
me.
to be
I feel
honest,
like it's less likely to make a mistake.
to be fair, it's the first game edition that I really have fun driving through Maggots and Beckett's. Meanwhile, AJ completing
Yeah,
the lap with 126 flat, and it's only P8 for Red Bull driver for now.
yeah. There would be times with the old games where it was so common with the older game and the older cars, lose the back end, especially when the tyres wear out. Like even through Abbey, turn 1 and 2, tyres wearing out. You had to be really careful because you could just lose the back end. It was like the front end, the rear just couldn't compete with the front. Whilst yeah, these cars, it just you can just commit so much in those areas. I actually enjoy. I agree. I enjoy driving this track. I didn't really enjoy driving this track in previous iterations of the game.
Vabu with
Um,
125.7 on P5, and on flyer second Haas of Patata Skin.
it's such a unique circuit here as well. It's really wide track. It's really fast. It's yeah. It's just
Yeah, it's wide and
special.
fast, but still it's quite easy to make a mistake.
Yeah. Tom is. I don't know what Tom is doing. He's on an outlap going really slowly. I guess he's trying to get space. He has to be really careful that he doesn't cause a block here.
Haas looks really fast after sector 2. That will be time probably similar to Hako or Shadow. But now a little bit of traffic in front of him in last turns. It shouldn't be affecting his lap. And he's crossing the line 125.6 just behind Shadow. So I wasn't mistaken. Meanwhile, Hako is completing his second run. And he is improving by 39 milliseconds. But it wasn't enough to improve his position.
And Tom is about to start his lap, so this will be really interesting.
Yeah, for now I decided to stick with Alpine of Schumacher because he started his second attempt. Equal time on sector 1, just 52 milliseconds loss, so still he might improve.
Yep, I'll keep on. I'll just monitor Tom. I'll let you know how he gets on with sector 1.
And Vaporizer started his lap just behind Tom.
27.150 for sector 1.
Alpha of Vabu decided to left the session. Not sure is it a connection problem or he... Gokai, meanwhile, with 25.1 provisional pole.
Aye. Impressive.
But Alpine is improving in sector 2. I definitely seen purple sector.
Oh, Tom is committing through Magus and Beckett. Schumacher, what's he going to do?
And it's a pole.
Now, Tom
really fast. I don't think I've seen anyone below 102 on sector 2.
Yeah.
So will he jump into 24s?
Oh, it's
no,
just
it's
out.
not. It's P3, just behind Tom. So Vaporizer is next.
He's up.
It is up, and it's P2, just 14 milliseconds behind Alpine.
We got a race on our hands. We got 4 drivers here, really close. Schumacher and Vaporizer both
it's
in
just
the 25 deads.
13 hundredths of the second. So Bryson decided to abandon his lap. He invalidated. Donano is next one to start his flyer. And that will be first attempt of Mercedes driver. Good evening, Matti. And Donano starts the run. Oh, I remember how easy it was to spin out on the first turn in previous game editions.
So
Donano is running between turns 5 and 6. There's wide open 27.3. Game shows it was purple sector 1, but honestly I don't believe this.
No.
Luis, do you have Vabu on your friend list? Because it seems like he was disconnected and he is asking for invite.
Okay. See if I got that. Ooh, I don't think I do. He hasn't added me as a friend. Vamo. No, I don't have him as a friend. I've checked again. No. It's a mistake. Just so everyone needs to add me as a friend who's doing EU1, so that they can get
I will
me
try. Apologies for that. I will try to add Vabo. Not sure. Do I have him? Is Lewis given, Babu?
Was that?
Uh, can you text your EA ID on stream chat? Babu will send you a friend request.
Yep, cool.
Give us 30 seconds, Babu. So now who is on flyer? It looks like AJ is on one. And AJ invalidates his lap on.
Oh, Matty's doing it.
Yeah, I see it. Old turn one, or if you're driving on any GT series axles,
Yeah.
turn one. But sadly, AJ invalidates over there. One of easiest moments of the track when you can invalidate your lap in qualifying, and one of easiest points of the track when you get track limit penalty. But now plenty of drivers on the outlaps. Schumacher on the outlap, Vaporizer, Tom, Hacko, Shadow, Jimi Hendrix, Patatuskin, Ricky, PW Jones, all of them on the outlaps.
Yeah. Tom is one of the first ones to be on the outlap. In fact, his teammate's just gone past him now, so PW Jones is the leading outlap runner.
Matty Robo decided to retire from session in pit lane.
And this seems to be the new way on this game on an outlap, is to not weave, save the percentage on your tyres and just use the brake.
It's not that new, because actually it is true thing since basically the start of the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, as in this game, it's been a thing. Oh, Vamo's retired. It's a new thing, as in this game, not like just brand new right now. But yeah, now you can get heat from the brakes. It's really useful.
So
Tom is about to start
just behind him, Hacko.
Yeah, interesting.
But let's jump to PW Jones. He is first on the track. Mercedes of Donano, I believe, in front of him. Out of the track, yellow flags. Donano, I believe, had some issues with his grip.
Tom looks like he's a bit of understeer. It's not a very tidy first sector here for Tom.
PW Jones improving just a bit in sector 1. 72 milliseconds.
And Tom is, well, he's up, but it didn't look that tidy at all in sector 1. I think he's just carrying so much speed.
So session is over for right now, so we are waiting for the drivers to complete their laps. PW Jones meanwhile improving by over 3/10 in sector 2. So he is still on the play.
Oh, we got a personal best from Tom. He's a 10th up. What's Schumacher doing? Schumacher is not up. So Tom at this rate, he's going to get pole position here.
PW Jones improving by over half a second, and it's P5 for Williams driver.
Here comes
Tom. Tom with pole position, 5 milliseconds up on Schumacher.
But
Schumacher is closing the line. He is just 4 milliseconds slower than his previous. Vaporizer also slower. Gokai Gokai is really slow, 22-second loss. So
yeah, he spun off.
AJ P10, he won't be higher. How about Ricky? Ricky is improving, but improvement is minor, just 100 of a second. Shadow skips P8. Jimi Hendrix also not improving, so that's it. We are done. Tom
Yeah.
starting P1, Schumacher P2, Vaporizer Proof P3, but it's only 19 milliseconds between them.
Yeah.
Really close to
Really,
them.
really
Gokai
close.
as well. It's just less than 1/10 to pole sitter. But Totaskin P5 just 100th of the second in front of PW Jones. Then Hako on P7 with 125.4. Shadow P8. So I believe it's a really good quali for EU2 driver mainly. Jimi Hendrix P9, AJ completes the top 10, and I missed a couple of them. It's Bryson on P11, Ricky P12, Vabo on P13, Donano is on P14, and Mati Robo P15, but gap between P1 and P13 is just 3/4 of the second. That's
Yeah,
tight.
that is so tight. It's crazy how tight. Those 4 drivers, we got a great battle for this
84
race.
milliseconds between top 4.
That is crazy. I mean, it has been close in quali, but to have that now with 2 extra guys, Schumacher and Goke. Goke looks really good. So
I was chatting
yeah,
with Haka because yesterday we had 3 debutants in EU2, and we agreed that Silverstone is probably one of the best tracks to make a debut on it because it's an iconic track. Everyone knows it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an iconic track. A lot of people know it, and people want to be quick round here. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Let's see who's going to win. Is it going to be Tom again, keeping the momentum going, or will we get a new winner for the first time in a while? As we wait. Well, it's cloudy, so not rain yet. Do we know the weather for the race?
I do know the weather for the race, and watching for forecast, it is going to be dry race. We might even see a bit of sun shining somewhere halfway through the race, but finishing should be cloudy as well.
I was going to say, that's not very British, but yeah, the mixture of sun and cloud does sound a bit more British, weather-like. 4 seasons in a day is what I'm thinking.
Formation lap is starting. No, we don't want to see telemetry, but we do want to see tire strategy. So everyone all the way down from P1 to P8 decided to take hard compound. Then
Yep.
Jimi Hendrix on P9 with softs, AJ and Brice in P10 and 11 on mediums, Ricky, Vabo and Donano on hards, and Mati on P15 with mediums.
Yeah.
So I say a bit unexpected that only one driver decided to jump in for soft compound.
Yeah. Which I personally don't think's the. I'm surprised at that strategy because the softs, especially in heavy fuel load, they just don't last. It's 6-7 laps. On the lighter fuel load, the soft can work, as Blade showed. You can extend the stint. But yeah, early on with the high fuel loads and the loads you put those cars through around the corners, they just overheat and they wear very quickly.
Well, I believe
So
if Jimmy will be able to complete, let's say 6 laps on the soft compound,
yeah,
he's free to go on hard till the end of the race.
yeah. That's true, but personally, I think which is what I did on Monday. The best strategy around here, just because you pit at similar times between a hard and a medium, it's best to start on the hard. Normally, I prefer starting on the medium, but because there isn't really a massive undercut to overcut, between a hard, whether you pit on the whether you start on the medium or start on the hard, it's very few laps difference between when you stop. So it's always better in my eyes, get the hard tyre done, and then if there is a safety car, you can then go onto the medium tyre, and you'll be quick. On the better
Or
tyre for the second half.
or if when Mark, I believe that how it's name of in-game race engineer, starting to spam you after lap 9 that rain is forecasting in 5 minutes and you extending your first stint
Yeah.
to lap 19 as I did in EU3.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So it looks like everyone is set. We are waiting for the lights. Yes, I do hear engine drums. We have 5 lights. And away we go. It looks like good start for Tom, and I believe Schumacher slept a bit. Gokai
Ooh.
took the position.
Oh, big
And
crash, potato
big
skin.
crash. 2 cars
Massive.
are out. Plenty of 5
Yeah.
seconds penalties.
And we've only got a VSC so far, or we now got a safety
It's full
car? We got a
safety car.
Yeah.
It's full
And
safety car.
we had Don Ammo spinning, we had PW Jones involved, and a few penalties. Don Ammo's got penalties, AJ's got penalties, Shadow's got penalty, and yeah, we lost Vabo and Potato Skin in that. So now this doesn't, unfortunately, the safety car doesn't help
And
anyone other
all
than
I
Jimi
can
Hendrix.
all I can confirm is I see front wing damage on AJ car.
Yeah.
Right side of his wing is damaged. It's not visible, surprisingly, but
Yeah.
damage is there. It looks like no one else got this. So Shadow, AJ, and Donano received 5 seconds penalties for severing collision.
Yeah.
It was probably post the moment when Haas drivers spun out and they were just a victim of it.
Yeah.
That Vaporizer on P4, he lost the position to Gokai. Tom and Schumacher.
Jimi Hendrix does not pit. He stayed out.
And AJ with another 5 seconds, this time for spinning in pit lane.
Yeah,
Unfortunate start for Red Bull driver. And so Shadow, AJ, Matthew Robo, and PW Jones, all 4 of them diving into the pit lane. So, we didn't said anything about our predictions. Lewis.
Oh, prediction-wise, I'm going to go for Tom just because of history. But I do fancy Schumacher being very close. I think it's going to be between Tom, Schumacher, and Vaporizer. Normally my top, I would say, my top 3. Goke, though, is P3 at the moment. But yeah, Tom, Schumacher, Vaporizer is my podium.
I mean, hard to disagree with you about Tom for potential P1 because last races he showed really great racecraft. And I will agree about this. P2 and P3 is a bit harder to pick. I say that will be Vaporizer and the Bryson.
Yeah.
So for now, EU1 is equal with amount of safety cars with EU4.
Yeah.
Both Mercedes are jumping into the pit lane. Giordano and Matthew Rebo. Not sure why. They are pretty close to each other. So Giordano is serving a penalty and switching his compound to mediums. And front wing change.
Yeah.
How about Matty?
Massey has gone to the hard tyre. I don't think he's pit. He's got a penalty. So Matty's
Matty
used his penalty.
from hards to mediums and serving penalty.
Yeah.
I wanted to say I'm surprised that AJ didn't serve his penalty, but he did and received another one.
Yeah.
But the race is still open for all 13 that left on the track.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine how, especially Haas of Petroskin have to be disappointed after great race last week on the Interlagos with taking a podium spot. Now
Yeah.
crash on first turn. I would be furious.
Yeah. Likewise. Alright, so expect the safety car might not come out, actually be another lap here because those two Mercedes guys are still not behind the queue, so we'll have another lap here behind.
So now, you were leading on safety car restart in EU4?
Yes. Yep.
So, in your opinion, what is the best place to jump in after the restart?
My personally is on the apex of club. Oh, we got another pitter here.
And
AJ.
it's AJ.
So I like to, as soon as you go to the left, like so past the pit entry rather, as you're going into the apex of the left-hander of club, that's when I go for it because the person behind you is about to turn into the corner. So whilst you're in the corner and you go, right, okay, I'm going to... So at the apex, I go for it because my car is already pointing towards the right-hand part of club and ready to go. And it's just... It gives you that bit of burst and it just... Yeah, it's much harder for the other guy to be able to go straight on the throttle because he's about to turn into the corner. So it's more of that reasoning. I don't like starting before that because if you do get the corner wrong, then you just open yourself up to being attacked straight away. So that is generally it's through that left right section. That's when I like to go for it. Personally.
Okay, I'm not sure are you fan of the statistics, but maybe remember that I was mentioning last races that Tom keeping his tires a bit better than Vaporizer when they were fighting.
Yeah.
And we have another big player because Tom still keeps his tire better than Vaporizer, but Schumacher is keeping them better than Tom.
Yeah.
At least for now. Safety car is going to the pit lane. We are waiting. Tom is leading the field. Safety car is in, so now we are waiting, and it looks like Tom pulled away really early. And it looks like it paid for him really good. The gap against Schumacher behind him was over 8 tenths. Yeah. Jokai, meanwhile, is pulling a pressure on Alpine driver. So now the question is how long Schumacher will be able to defend against Red Bull, and how badly the field will split. Already, Jimi Hendrix out of DRS on Hako, and PW just managed to overtake Ricky. So PW Jones is on attack mode really, really fast.
And Goke is still able to keep ahead of Vaporizer for now. So it's all clean. But Tom, yeah, there obviously no DRS for the first 2 laps after this restart.
Yeah, but he lost a bit of his advantage over the Alpine behind him.
Yeah. The Alpine does look good round here so far.
While AJ on the back of the field managed to overtake Matti and gets promoted to P12. And after the safety car restart, Tom makes the fastest lap, and immediately Schumacher took it away from him.
Yeah.
Gokai lost a bit of distance to leading 2, but they are still really, really close.
Also, yeah, Schumacher looks good. I'm just on board with him. He looks really good.
I mean, well, they are really, really great drivers, and they are really confident. They showed us this plenty of times in this season. So, will we get another safety car? What do you think, Luis?
I reckon. Well, there could be another safety car, but if there is going to be, it's going to be because someone's dropped it. I don't. Now after the restart and the start itself, we've kind of eliminated the issues of multiple cars having accidents. Obviously, there's always a chance you can collide, but around here it's more often than not someone losing it.
And now we are starting lap 7. DRS is on the game, and only one driver outside of the DRS train is Matti Robo on P13.
Yeah.
So we have one massive DRS train all the way down from P1 to P12.
And the thing is now for Tom, he's have to use that battery more. Because you have great advantage of being in DRS. You can save your battery and just let the DRS do the talking for you. Get that straight line speed.
Surprising thing, so, AJ overtaking Donano. Surprising thing, Gokai has slided a bit, somewhere between turn 4 and 5, but still managed to close up the gap to Alpine in front of him.
Yeah, he's definitely closer, and I think being on board with Schumacher, the car seems to handle better. It's just very very.
Yeah, and Alpine is definitely on striking distance on Williams of Tom. He's not using a split stream, and nothing gonna happen. Vaporizer really close to Gokai.
Yeah.
But also nothing happened.
Yeah, the Red Bull of Gokai there broke a little bit late, but it was alright. It was a bit close, but Jimi Hendrix starting to drop off now. Those softs, the advantage that they did have, he's going to start to struggle to keep it with him ahead. He's still just in the DRS though.
They are not that bad as they might look. It's only 27% wear.
Yeah, which he's been helped a lot by the safety car, obviously. Having 4 laps under the safety car. Oh, we got a battle here. Goke and Vaporizer.
Vaporizer wide, but there was a swap position, so Vaporizer just drive too deep, I believe.
Yeah, Vaporizer's using energy because he doesn't want a BP4 in this DRS train. He's He wants to get into P3. And look at this, Hako's right there as well. He has to be careful. Hako is in
Kako
the hunt
is
here as well.
waiting for their mistake, and
Yeah.
he is way closer. It's the closest distance between drivers, between Haka and Vaporizer.
Yeah.
Vaporizer is catching to Gokai, but he was too far, and Gokai had that DRS to defend. Meanwhile, AJ overtaking Ricky for P10. So he is starting to recover from not the best start. Let's say like this. Jimmy
Yeah.
is out of DRS right now, so he will be in trouble, but his teammate is behind him. Schumacher will be too far to attack Tom,
Look
but
at this. Gokai.
Gokai
Yeah.
is diving to the
Oh!
inside, and it
Oh,
looks
what
he
a
did
move!
it. Really brave move of Red Bull driver.
Yeah, that was really, really good there. And it caught Schumacher off guard. Schumacher had been kind of patiently
But
not
what's
using energy
happened?
to get past
Shadow.
Tom.
Shadow spawns
Oh!
out, and it's VSC.
Now, I don't know why. He hasn't... I don't think he's got... Has he got damage?
I don't see any. At least not
But what is it?
visible.
Now, if I was Jimi Hendrix, I would be pitting right now if the VSC stays out
Yeah,
long
especially
enough.
that Bryson lost the position to PW Jones.
Now, will any of the hard runners pit? Because I'd argue even if you're on the mediums, you may want to pit. No, the hard runners are going to stay out.
Yeah, Jimmy is diving to the pit lane. PW Jones as well.
Hako. Yeah, I thought a few people might try it because it's such a long pit lane. You can save quite a long time. You can save a lot. You know, the fact it's under VSC. These are crucial seconds here. So Hako has DRS enabled, so we are green again. So Hako will be able to gain a few seconds here.
Donano and
pitting.
AJ also decided to dive into the pit lane.
I mean, it's early, but it's doable. You can absolutely make the mediums last from lap 10 to lap
Yeah.
26. They are going to be worn.
Well,
But if there's a safety car later,
Jimmy is in
fine.
really good situation because he decided to pick up hard compound.
Yep. Now, if I put the gap to leader, let's see how far Hako... A pit window around here, it's normally around 30
29,
seconds.
I believe.
Right, so
normally.
And he is at 27. He's 27 and a half seconds behind the race leader on fresher tyres that are mediums as well. So Hako is going to start to increase that gap even more. He's going to be a good few seconds clear.
And undercut is massive over here.
Absolutely massive.
Seen it yesterday. Obviously, quite different conditions because it was intermediate race.
Yeah.
But drivers who decided.
Gokai is free wide almost, and Schumacher's also going to try and get through.
And Tom is losing two positions, but he is striking back against Schumacher.
Yeah.
What was I say? Yes, drivers who decided to pit 3 or 4 laps before the leading pack undercutted them by almost 7 seconds.
Now, if I was Gokai,
PW Jones overtaking Jimi Hendrix. Obviously, for now, it's massive tire advantage for Williams driver because he is on mediums comparing to hards for AlphaTauri.
Yeah, Gokai's had to use a lot of energy. Whilst Tom's had not used any teams that overtake. Schumacher's very high as well. Vaporizer's saving energy. Or I say that, he's just used a bit of overtake. But I do feel like Tom and Schumacher are the guys who have the overall pace because they're the ones who have used the least amount of energy. But Hako's already took a second and a half on this lap. So Hako's going to have a massive advantage. when these guys do pit. And these guys will pit around lap 15, 16 maybe, as Tom goes back into the race lead.
Yes, and I'm watching warning situation, and it looks Ricky, Matty, and Shadow are on 2 warnings for track limits. Schumacher is overtaking Gokai. So leading for get back for the formation that were on after lap 1. Hako meanwhile already 3.5 seconds closer to Mati. PW Jones with fastest lap.
Yeah.
And Schumacher and Gokai fighting for the position side by side, and this time Red Bull is on the front. But those fights lets Tom pull away a bit from them. Bryson is dropping back from leading 4. Hako is closing really fast, but what is this? Gokai already blinking. Gokai is out of battery.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised by how much he's used up. And the problem is, it's such a psychological thing when you see your opponent and their lights flashing, so you know they're on low energy.
And you can see that you have a really big ERS advantage.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
Gokai will
your
be
opponent's
able to stick with DRS on Tom, probably guys behind him will be deploying battery to try to force him to make a mistake, but it won't pay for them because they will be empty of battery as well.
Yeah, I feel like this track power is quite crucial around here. With the overtake, you can gain so much time because you are a lot of the time in full throttle. It's a bit like Monza. Monza's same. You use your energy. Massive. Oh, Gokai had a moment in Cops.
Really, really wide.
Yeah. The problem is he hasn't got the energy to be able to even defend, even if he has DRS.
Even if he has.
Beckett's.
He made a minor mistake over there. He's closing to Tom, but that's DRS advantage. Vaporizer is going for a move to the inside. It was close. Now switch back.
Pits. No, the Alpine pits.
And he speeds. 5 seconds penalty for speeding in pit lane.
Oh, he's going to be absolutely furious. It's so easy to do round here.
Yes, it's so easy, but still, I mentioned that undercut is powerful over here.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that undercut is worthless when you get 5 seconds of added to your time at the end of the race.
To be fair,
so for
Schumacher might be leading after front pack will decide to pull in.
Hako has already gone by. That just shows you how much of a gap Hako has. Hako is well
Schumacher dropped behind even Jimi Hendrix, so
yeah,
that's quite a big loss. And Hako is closing to Mati. It's 10 seconds comparing to 18 after his pit. So it is quite a big speed difference.
Yeah, well, Hako is 22 seconds now behind our race leader. So, and that's only going to get bigger because I don't think these guys are going to pit until lap 15, 16, personally.
So, just in theory, if everyone in front of Hako will decide to visit pit lane right now, so is Vaporizer.
Yeah, and Gokai doesn't, which is confusing. So that it kind of makes sense that they were making sure they weren't getting undercut by Schumacher, but Oh,
Donano,
there goes
5-second penalty for corner cutting. Meanwhile, Schumacher is trying to pull up pressure on Jimi Hendrix. And I do expect that leading guys who decided to visit their pit
There goes
crew.
Hacko.
And Schumacher is overtaking Jimi Hendrix. Tom and Vaporizer still in pit lane, and they are behind them.
Yeah. Yeah, well behind. And Schumacher will be kicking himself.
So Tom is 2 seconds behind Schumacher.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, Schumacher is... yeah, he's going to be thinking, if I hadn't have sped, I would have been okay. Hacko is going to get his gap to Schumacher. Schumacher's going to eat that gap quite quickly. But he's got... yeah, I mean, Schumacher's absolutely flying in this.
For now, Schumacher
stint.
have to catch and overtake PW Jones, what might be not that easy.
Well, Schumacher's used a lot of energy as well. He's got 19% left. So Schumacher's absolutely killed it on that inlap, on that outlap. But he now has no energy.
I mean, I can understand him on his situation, especially with that 5-second penalty. He has nothing to lose right now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tom managed to overtake Jimi Hendrix. And still 2-second loss to Alpine in front of him. Vaporizer is losing 3 seconds to Tom. Schumacher with fastest lap, 27.7, so 0.3 faster than previous fastest lap by PW Jones, I believe. And now Gokai and leading 4 because Hacko is under the pressure of PW Jones, but leading 4. Everyone is doing own race on no man's land. Closest gap between them is 2.2 between Bryson and Ricky on P2 and P3. So field is quite a bit splitted right now.
Yeah.
And Gokai spans!
Oh, no way.
Gokai spans!
On the exit as well, and that's going to be massively...
And
that's going to so much time.
Bryson is taking the lead. Ricky promoted to P2. Matti Robo on P3.
Yeah. And we got 9 laps to go this time by as... well, no, sorry. 10 laps to go now.
And
Hacko...
whatever happened, Gokai will be completely out of this battle. He's behind Vaporizer, he will be behind Donano. Now AJ is coming.
Look at meanwhile, Tom is absolutely been
And
on fire on these mediums.
Shadow with problems.
Yeah.
His spans out went
Grit.
too tight, I believe, on last section of the track.
Yeah.
Unfortunate race for McLaren driver. Bryson a bit wide.
But Schumacher is already under pressure here from Tom. Tom is absolutely flying. He's already he's left Vaporizer.
Ricky, another victim of track limits, and
yeah.
Vaporizer is struggling a bit with overtaking Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
He's trying now, but overtaking through Maggots and Beckett's, it's not always the best idea. Bryson, another victim of track limits. And now move is done. Vaporizer overtaking Jimmy. But the loss to Schumacher in front of him is 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And Tom managed to overtake Alpine driver. Bryson jumping to the pit lane for softs.
Now you'd think Tom's teammate ahead will make things very easy.
But he's still fighting for own position. He's trying to pull the pressure on Hako all the time.
Yeah, and these guys are battling for position because
And
PW Jones and Hako pitted.
Schumacher is really close to them. So swapping positions at this point won't be that easy. But
He's done
Tom makes a move.
And now Schumacher will use energy to try and stay ahead. Well, they'll both use energy. You can see it.
And they are side by side. Schumacher stepping back.
PW Jones has plenty of energy. That's the thing.
Yeah, and Schumacher is on 6%. And Tom is making a move on Hako. Move is done. Also, Schumacher tried to go through the inside. He overtook PW Jones, but...
Oh, and he's going down the inside of the Haas as well.
It wasn't enough to overtake Haas, but he made a couple of moves over here, and he done it again. He is in front of Hako.
Problem is now for Schumacher, he's just outside the DRS.
So Hako for sure will try to take this position back, but he is dropping quite a lot.
It just shows you how much the advantage of, okay, yeah, pitting early gives you the undercut, but if you do pit later, the tyre advantage you have in that second half is massive. And unfortunately for Hako, he pitted early. It would have been great if there was a safety car just before they caught up to him, because then he would have been in a situation where everyone would be pitting, but...
And Schumacher with 3 seconds time penalty.
Yep, so that's 8 seconds now for Schumacher.
And Tom is already pulling a pressure on Matthew Rubble on P2. Hako managed to overtake Alpine. Matty diving to the pit lane. So now Tom is chasing Ricky on P1. But it's still really close between Hako and Schumacher. Vaporizer is closing up to them quite fast.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Schumacher doesn't have the energy.
Matty was on P2 and he dropped all the way down to P12.
But he's now on the soft. Albeit quite far away behind everyone else. 6.5 laps to go. There could still be drama. There could be a late safety car. You never know. It's a laps for it to happen. Ricky must be pitting at the end of his lap as well.
Just curious.
Unless
yes.
Ricky is already pitted.
No, it doesn't look like, because he is on 19 lap old hard compound.
Pitting, yeah, he's pitted.
So Ricky probably will drive out of the pit lane somewhere around AJ. While Bryson is pulling a pressure on Gyokai. Yeah. Gyokai is out of battery.
Yeah, Ricky's falling down the order now. He's going to be probably P10. He may even AJ.
No, he will be behind AJ.
Well. Yeah.
Way closer than Matty, but still behind AJ, so out of the points for Ricky for now.
Yeah.
And
this PW Jones got past Schumacher as well. Schumacher, maybe he's worn his mediums. And these guys like Hako have just gone back past. To be honest, I think the pace is just equaled out now, and Hako is 3 seconds behind Tom. Tom is now in a position where he is just saying, yeah, I just don't want any safety cars now. Please don't be another safety. I've got a
and
gap. I can just take it easy.
Vaporizer finally catch up to Schumacher,
Yeah.
and he will have DRS.
Yeah.
Gökay is overtaking Donano for P7. The most crucial battle is here. Hako,
Yeah.
PW Jones, Schumacher, and Vaporizer, all of them fighting for P2.
And only Schumacher with the penalty as at the moment.
And he's diving to the inside, trying to overtake PW Jones. A little bit of wiggle. So Williams driver is safe, at least for now. And I'm pretty sure that Alpine will try to attack him once again. But he have to pay attention that he have Vaporizer behind him, and he is really hungry of those podium.
Now, the old Silverstone track, before you had the what was the old pit lane, and you went through the old Abbey corner and under the bridge. That was, as a driver, I always enjoyed that. But for overtaking and racing, the current layout is better with that Wellington straight, and we're seeing that now. And Hanger straight, a key opportunity for overtaking. We could get 3 wide here. Schumacher's going to go past both. Oh, he's side by side.
Did it.
And I think he's done it. No, not quite. But Vaporize as well is right there. Vaporize is going to go around the outside of both. He's going to do it. Vaporize gets the P3. Fantastic move.
I believe even better than Schumacher.
Yeah,
Schumacher
absolutely.
managed to overtake PW Jones, but immediately lost position to Vaporizer, who overtook both of them.
Schumacher's back. Schumacher's back down the inside.
They are side by side. Vaporizer on the inside. A bit
Schumacher
better exit.
Nah, but they all get DRS, of course. Yeah,
only Hako without DRS. But maybe it was a bug, but I didn't notice wing open for Alpine driver.
Yeah.
Another really intense battle that includes Vaporizer, because Tom looks like he's on no man's land, and all he needs to do is to focus to finish this race, and he will take the checkered flag as first. And Shadow retiring in the pit lane.
Yeah, fair enough.
After a great race for him yesterday, tonight a bit of bad luck. Matthew Rubbo, another victim of track limits.
Four to go. Or 3 to go, rather.
3 to go.
Schumacher again go down the inside.
To the inside, and he did it, but Vaporizer is switching back, and he is immediately retaking his position. But now no, Schumacher was too far to try to strike back on McLaren driver. Meanwhile, Gökay is chasing Bryson for P7.
Yeah.
Can we show the fastest lap? Yes, I do believe so that we can.
Oh, Vaporizer making a move on Hacko. Now, will Vaporizer try and make a move down the inside? No, stays behind. 2 to go. And Tom has just run away with this. 6 seconds clear. Really happy on those mediums and
But
lighter fuel
I have
loads.
to admit that defending of Hako is really impressive. He is on way worse tires than
Yeah.
guys behind him, but he is still able to handle them.
Oh, Schumacher down the inside. Trying to catch him out.
Yeah, but it looks like Vaporizer better exits out of turn 4.
Yeah,
And
Vaporizer's going to make the
Vaporizer
move.
on the move, going to the inside, and he is on P2. Now,
Yeah, and look at the grip
now it
advantage.
should be, at least in theory, a bit easier job to Hako to defend against Schumacher and PW Jones.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jimi Hendrix is slowly catching up. It was over
Yeah.
5 seconds, I believe, on previous lap. Oh, Schumacher is really close to Hako. Tears wide open on both cars.
Yeah.
Hako is too far to strike on Vaporizer, but he is still trying, going to the inside. Schumacher tried to go outside on Haas. And PW Jones looks like he is just waiting for mistake.
Yeah. Agreed.
And he is really, really close behind Alpine. Not the best exit out of turn 4.
Bahako has got
Schumacher
DRS.
is trying to... He was trying to show himself on left mirror to Hako. Yellow flag on sector 3, I believe it's Matti Robo.
Yeah. Oh, and Hako's letting Schumacher through here.
That's
Obviously, knowing
surprising.
Schumacher's got... I think it's the DRS. I think he wants to protect himself, maybe. I actually don't know.
I mean,
Because
it's
Schumacher's
not...
got the penalties anyway.
Yes, that was what I was going to say. It's not that
And it puts
stupid
him under more
decision.
pressure for PW Jones. PW Jones here is like, I got loads of energy left. I could nick a podium here, and that's what he's going to do. He's using that overtake, and then he backs out. Oh, I would have used that more. PW Jones, you had the opportunity there. But the winner, Tom, is coming across the line now.
Yes, Tom grabbed the checkered flag as race winner. Vaporizers behind him, and Schumacher spans out at the end of the race. Hackel completes the podium. PW Jones, Jimi Hendrix promoted to P5 because of Schumacher penalties. Gyokai on P7, Bryson P8, Ricky P9, Donano completes the points. AJ going backwards through the start-finish line on P11, and Matti Robo quite far behind the rest of the field.
Obviously pitting again for another set of softs to try and do the fastest lap here, I guess. Yeah, Matty must be going for fastest lap. Oh, he's backing out. So, no fastest lap for Matty.
And that moment was the moment when I get disconnected out of the race in EU3. Steam maintenance. Yeah, Matti Robo 132 on the last lap, so no chance for a fastest lap.
Yeah.
Show me the Discord. I will invite those boys to Comes Booth. This will be Hako.
Yeah.
Vaporizer, and Tom.
How do you add people on Discord?
Oh, I will explain you that a bit later.
Okay.
Let's go back to the poster settings quickly. So, Tom on P1, Vaporizer and Hako. Alongside him on podium, P.W. Jones P4, Jimi Hendrix on P5, Schumacher, a bit unlucky race for him, P6 but with fastest lap, Gyokai on P7, Bryson P8, Ricky P9, AJ on P10. Fun fact, only one driver, oh, excluding Tom, who didn't change his starting position. Donano P11, Mati Robo, Shadow and Fabu on P14. We have some of them here. Uh, Good evening, boys. Let's start from Hako. Great craft, well-deserved podium. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. It was a tough race with Vaporizer catching and Schumacher catching as well.
Yeah, I believe the early stop helped you undercut guys in front of you quite a lot, but then you were struggling a bit with keeping up the pace. While defending, especially that when we noticed that your tire were on much worse condition than catching up guys.
Yeah, I had to nurse the tires at the end. They were just about puncture territory, so it was quite difficult to keep it in check with the years as well, as I was leading the train for quite a while.
Luis?
Yep. So yeah, well done. This is Tom, isn't it?
No, it's Hako.
Is this Tom? Oh, sorry, Hako. Well done, Hako. That was a great strategy to you. I did wonder who was going to use that VSC. And to be fair, you were in that battle anyway, but it was really worth the go, worth the punt, because had there been another safety car before they'd caught up to you, it would have put you in the net lead with the same set of tyres. But yeah, he did a really good job battling. And once after those first few laps, everything leveled up. Did a great job of keeping those guys behind. I know Vaporizer got you in the end late on, but what I was wondering was why you let Schumacher through towards the end, because it did put you under pressure then from P.W. Jones, who had a lot more energy left going down Hanger Straight.
Yeah, I didn't have the tires to fight it. They were completely
Right.
dead by the end, so I completely messed up the section afterwards as well.
Right, yeah, because I thought it looked like you just let him through. But yeah, that makes more sense then. Yeah, it was you are pushing those mediums from that distance of a long, long time. But yeah, at the end of the day, I could argue. You could argue that it may have helped you, may have not, but I think it gave you the best possible chance of winning today's race, and it was worth taking the gamble, I think, for you, because you were behind the three ahead of you. So yeah, well done. You took the chance, and you got yourself a podium.
Yes, well deserved after last week when I bottled it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, well done.
Thank you.
So, once again, congratulations to Hako for taking P3. And let's jump to our Silver Cup handler and Drivers' Championship leader, Vaporizer. Congratulations. Great fight by whole race, basically. This time, maybe a bit surprisingly, not against Tom, but against other drivers, but it's still was very entertaining. Great racecraft. You managed to get back on P2 after not easy first part of the race.
Yeah, the first one was definitely not easy. I just had to stay behind him. I couldn't pass, so stay behind. Just hope for something to happen under the safety cars, the pit stops. And I think Goka made a mistake, so and I think I could have maybe hold on with Tom if my fucking pit limiter didn't bug out, but yeah, he had all space, so deserve
Yeah,
win for him again.
I was wondering what happened over there because you jump into the pit lane together with it was Tom, I believe, or Schumacher.
Yeah, no, Tom,
Uh,
yeah.
and after first sector, you were losing like 3 seconds to him. But
Yeah, I lost 2 seconds at pit exit because of the pit limiter not turning off.
that's really unfortunate for you. But still, great race. You have extended your championship leading because Ajet lost his full-time seat. So your opponent now is, I believe, PW Jones, who's
No, it's
finished
Tom.
behind you.
Yeah, but it's Tom, to be honest. It was going to be P2 in the end. I think it's going to be really hard for him to catch up to me, but I think he was 75 points behind at the start of the race. So
Yeah.
that's 68 now. It's going to be really hard to catch up in 3-4 races. So.
Luis?
Yeah, well done. It was a good battle, and for you it was a bit more of a. We're used to seeing you, between you and Tom, but you had to do it the hard way today, and it's so tricky when you're in a DRS train where you got a couple of guys ahead of you. You have no choice but to use energy. So I think it was good that in the end you had were able to be patient but take your opportunities, and you made a great move overtaking two guys around the outside with a few laps towards the end of the race. So I don't really have a question. It's just more like well done for getting the best result because it's definitely today anyway. You had more competition than you normally do. It's normally you and Tom, and it's showing your craft and getting the best possible position you could. So well done.
Once again, Vaporizer, congratulations of taking P2, and now it's time for our race winner. Tom, congratulations, another beauty victory by you. And if I'm not wrong, after this race, you will get position 2 in driver standings.
Yeah, thank you. Am I? I'm not too sure. I think
Well, PW Jones
PW
finished.
Jones is going to be ahead of me, yeah. So he'll be
Uh,
second, I'll be third, I think.
wait, PW Jones was 14 in front of you, and he scored. Not sure it was
15.
P4 or
No,
P5, so no,
12.
you won't overtake him
Yeah, I'll
for
be
now.
1 point behind him, I think.
Yeah, but still really close, especially that you wasn't on the grid since the season began, I believe.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, I've done 4 races, I think, or 5 races, and I've won 4 of them, I think. Or 4 races I've done, and I've won 3.
You won
But yeah, it's been surprisingly. Well, it's been close. It's been close in every race, so I've just came out on top. Except for today, it was kind of close up until PW Jones helped me by holding up Schumacher, and also Vaporizer had the issue in the pit lane, so I just thought I ran away with it. But yeah, I'm happy to jump on and have a fun race.
I mean, I have to ask about this because you are from Britain. How does it feel to win on your home race?
It feels good, yeah, because I feel quite. I don't know. I wasn't extremely quick, but I do like driving around Silverstone, and I don't know. I guess it feels good, but it's a game, innit? um, it's just a track at the end of the day,
At
same as
the
all
end,
the others.
and the end of the day, it's just a bit more than couple of pixels, as you mentioned. But this race was great for you from start. Only two drivers kept his position after the qualifying session. It was you and AJ on P10, so that will tell us a lot about this. And you had that comfort during this race that boys behind you were battling hard and let you just drive away and just chill out a bit, probably at the end phase of the race.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was the last 10 laps. No, maybe like the last 6 laps. That I was sort of just driving on my own, and it was well, I could put a foot wrong and make a mistake, and I had a buffer really to the cars behind. So just knowing that, it was quite easy to just drive to the finish. But yeah, I guess that was down to the strategy, maybe. Yeah, I guess I used the
Luis,
battery in the right time. And
yeah,
pace.
your battery management was really impressive.
Yeah, and the other guys battling as well. Like, I think the the Williams and the Haas had pitted under the VSC, so their tyres actually weren't that much older than ours, and they've gained a lot from the VSC.
Yeah, I mean, Hako mentioned that he was on the puncture range at the end of the race,
Yeah.
so it wasn't that easy, but he was still defending really well. Luis, do you have any questions to our race winner tonight?
Um, did you find the second stint with the mediums? Did the setup, like a fuel load and the mediums, suit you better than in that initial stint, or is it just a case in that initial stint you were just sort of pacing yourself? Because that second half of the race, as soon as you went out of the pits and put those mediums on, and even throughout that stint, you were just on another level. Whilst qualifying and the first stint seemed to mirror each other in the fact it was very close. What for you was the difference in that second stint on the mediums? Was it generally just the car was better, or did you decide, right, now I'm going to show my true pace in race trim?
Well, I think it's same as what happens in every race, to be honest. Like, the first stint up until the pit stop is like almost irrelevant if you're in like the top four, like we were. Like, it's all
Yeah.
about the pit stop. So like the whole first stint, it just didn't matter. The only thing I could have done was just burn all the battery and try and gap them, but I didn't want to
Yeah.
I didn't want to push that hard because I did just jump on and like 3 minutes before the race, so I didn't, and the tires were so cold. I don't know what. I did not run high enough pressures. My tires were like super cold, so I didn't know what the grip was like.
Right.
And but then on the mediums, I had to push in the first bit, and I had to push to catch Schumacher. And I guess because I'd already, pushed, my limit was higher to where like
Right.
I knew where the limit was more. So I guess I was just faster. And obviously the medium stint's always nice to drive than on low fuel and the hard stint. And um, yeah, I guess that says it all.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. So it was A, you were doing laps then, so you got into the groove, so you were going quicker anyway, and B, like you say, mediums on the second stint. You moved on to a better tyre. It gives you more confidence. You got more experience of like driving more laps, so you understand your setup better. So that makes sense. And I'm with you completely with the energy. There's no point wasting energy at that point because, like you say, it's a part of the race where as long as we're all together, the pit stops the more interesting, the important element. So yeah, you well, you were very quick from that second stint onwards, and just in a league of your own then. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's the proper time to end up this stream. Once again, congratulations for our podium sitters. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next week, I believe in Vegas this time. Have a great night, boys and
Yeah.
girls. Good night.